Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces occurring on the 17th or perhaps the 18th of September 2024, depending on where you live. We're going to look at the energy around this eclipse, and we're also going to pull some cards for your signs. So make sure you do watch your sun, moon, and rising signs for the big picture. And if you find that you enjoy this content, and if you enjoy my channel, please hit the like button on this video. It does help it get seen, so I thank you in advance. And of course, if you subscribe, then you will see my content going forward without having to look for it too hard. So this particular lunar eclipse, it's a super moon, it's a full moon, and this is in the sign of Pisces at 25 degrees. So this eclipses in general do bring about an astrological wild card, bringing in fated events. And full moon eclipse can bring about endings. We're closing out a chapter, we're opening up a new one. And this is the first eclipse in the Pisces-Virgo axis. So we're going to see this play out over the next couple of years. There will be a couple other different eclipses in other signs in between, but this one is significant. Pisces is endings, right? Pisces is the 12th house energy. Pisces also can be a little bit chaotic, ruled by Neptune. Pisces, highly spiritual, very intuitive energy, very creative, very not so much passionate necessarily, but creative, right? Very, it's like we really do want to tap into our emotions when Pisces is at play. Virgo, on the other hand, is very ordered, very practical, very down to earth, wants to create order, Virgo, out of chaos, Pisces. So this can be a time when we really do need to look at the balance in our lives, the balance between our physical world, Virgo, the things we do day to day, Virgo, and our dream state, our spiritual selves, our emotional body, our relationships, right, with ourselves, with other people, with the world around us, right? And that's Pisces energy coming in there. So how do we find the balance? That's what we're going to be tasked with over the next couple of years. But this can bring about full moons in general are about a completion of a cycle, and eclipses, we're eclipsing something out of our lives in order to eclipse something in, right? We're cleaning the path and we're making the way forward. So eclipses are very important as far as astrology goes, because they do bring change. And it quite often is really kind of getting things out in the open and dealing with things that have been kind of stagnant for quite some time, right? And, there's always something in our lives where we know we're stuck, or we know we're in a situation that's really not allowing us growth or the happiness that we want. And so something's got to shift. So some people will be having major spiritual shifts at this time. Some of you will be having major epiphanies at this time. It's like, whoa, I didn't see that before. Holy moly. Eclipses can also bring things out of the darkness into the light. We do also have, at this time of this eclipse, we have Uranus retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So this can bring about shakeups in our financial situation, in how we find our resources. This is also kind of breaking us free from old patterns and behaviors, right? So we can get a lot of surprises and some unpredictability with Uranus and Taurus, but it is a perfect time for us to cleanse and purge all toxicity for the rest of 2024. Pluto is also retrograde, has been for quite some time now, but it's just dipped back into the sign of Capricorn for the very last time in our lives. So with this energy, this is about reflecting on where we've been, what we've experienced, especially over the last, since about 2008 or so, and we're preparing for the new age, right? Some of you could get second chances, or maybe it's a major closing out of something here. So, with all of this stuff going on, it's really setting us up for freedom, to find a better way for tomorrow. So, some of you could have some big surprises coming in. Some of you are just finding that a door is opening in here as well. We do also have a conjunction with Saturn at the time of this eclipse. And of course, Saturn is very karmic in its energy. So there is a karmic element to this lunar eclipse. So Saturn is, of course, very much known as, the planet that teaches us something, right? And Saturn is, of course, the ruler of Capricorn. So this is where Pluto is right now, right? So big reflective energy. So you might find freedom from restriction at this time. Something could be really opening up for you. Saturn ultimately does not deny us anything, but Saturn does delay things to make sure that we're ready for the responsibility of something, right? And so it's usually very much to our benefit, even though it doesn't feel that way to us. So with this conjunction to Saturn, this could potentially be something very positive that is happening for you guys. So let's hope so. We can actually look back. Full moons, of course, we do reflect, and eclipses is where we do kind of look back a little bit. And there are retrogrades going on. Two of the slowest moving, very outer planets, Uranus and Pluto, are both retrograde, right? So it's a big time of reflection and lots of changes going on. But if we look back to the last two lunar eclipses in Pisces that occurred around this degree that we're having it at this year. There's been other eclipses in between, but we're talking about these two specifically. They both happened at 24 degrees Pisces. This one is at 25, so very similar. One was September 16th, 2016. So look back to the last few months of 2016, what was going on. The one before that was 1997, also September 16th, and also at 24 degrees. So again, look back to that. When I look back, I know exactly what was going on, right? One of them was in 1997 was a big career change for me. It was great. 2016, everything blew up, right? September, October 2016, career, relationships, you name it. And man, oh man, was that some karmic cycle energy that was there. So very disruptive, but it was also by my own hand for part of it. So, but it freed me up for the future. Challenging to deal with, yes. Painful, yes. But ultimately very rewarding. So if you look back to those two dates, then this could give you a clue as to what was going on. So having said all of that, for some things, we're in the hands of fate. And for some things, you may be pulling the rug out of something or welcoming something brand new into your life. So if you are watching this full video, check out all of your timestamps down below. And if you are watching just the individual videos, because I did break them up for this time, then we'll get right into your cards right now. But have a great eclipse, and I'll see you guys next time. And for you, dear Capricorn, we have this eclipse happening in your third house, ruled by Mercury, all about communication, technology, short travel, short trips, your community, your neighborhood, your social life, and how you perceive things out in the world. So some of you are moving. Maybe you have some new neighbors coming into the hood where you live. Perhaps you are looking to switch up your social life a little bit. You could be meeting new people. However, eclipse energy, you could also be eclipsing some out of your life. So if you no longer feel connected to certain people, right, this is where you might be really making some changes there. You might be also looking to find more balance in your life as well, because the third house does have to do with your social life as well. And if you've been going out too much and you haven't been spending enough time at home or with your family, right? This is where you may scale things down a little bit, and you might start to turn down some invitations to some social events because you've got other more important things on your plate. You can be having communication issues, but also be looking at new ways to communicate. Perhaps some of you have something that you've been working on for a while that has to do with communication. So writing things down. Maybe you are publishing something, right? Maybe you're going to do some self-published short stories or a novel or a self-help manual or something. Maybe you're going to do this via the internet. If you're looking to make more money, this might involve the internet as well, right? Very technology-based energy there. We all know what Mercury does. Mercury, fortunately, is direct. Yay! Out of shadow, direct, we're good. All right. You'll get your point across. If you have been having some issues talking to somebody, or there's been, misunderstandings all over the place, this is where you may fix those things, and you may certainly clear the air. But I do feel that there's something shifting here with how you see the world, how you see yourself, and your role in it. And so it's like an expansive energy, expanding your mind, expanding your horizons in some way. So keep an open heart, keep an open mind. You just never know what you might be going on. The third house, because it is very communicative energy, it's very chatty, right? It's Gemini energy. Remember, there are two sides to everything. Gemini is twins, right? Gemini is the twins. It does bring about duality. So it can bring about options. So you might have some options. You might have multiple opportunities opening up for you at this time. Might have multiple choices that you need to make. If you are looking to move to a different neighborhood, maybe there's like a multiple different places you could possibly go. If you want to take a little short trip somewhere, maybe just a little quick vacation, a little bit of R&R, maybe there's multiple different places where you are interested in going for the weekend or something like that, and you're talking about it. All right. In communicating with other people, right, there's truth that may come to light at this eclipse, right? So when talking with other people, remember there are two sides to everything. There's a good for every bad. There's a solution to every problem, right? There's a duality energy that's in effect for you guys right here, right? So don't be afraid to ask questions and dig beneath the surface. This is where you're probably going to find clarity that you need. This is where you're going to find the answers that you seek, all right? We have an energy of, oh, beautiful. We've got peace, 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 peace. Who doesn't need a little bit of peace? So Mercury has been very chaotic. It's been a very interesting retrograde that we've come out of. So this is a time for peace. Now, we can find peaceful ways to communicate, right? There are multiple different ways to communicate with people and with ourselves. And we can be aggressive. We can be forward. We can be brutally honest, right? Or we can take a little bit more peaceful approach at things. We can still be honest. We can still be truthful. We can still talk about difficult subjects. But sometimes it's all about our approach that dictates how someone's initial reaction and response will be. And we are more likely to keep the lines of communication open if we take the peaceful road, right? So this can be that you are finding different forms of communication. This is also where you could potentially, here Capricorn, you could potentially be having something coming back into your life. This can be a person, it can be an opportunity, it can be an idea, right? Whatever it happens to be, this could be a return of something, because we have had Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde can sometimes bring something back. But most specifically, we do have Pluto retrograde in your sun, right? And at the very, very, very last minute degree, okay? So this is like a now or never, a do or die. This can be a second chance at something or someone, some opportunity. So you may find, some of you here, that a door you thought was closed has now crept back open. It may or may not be something you want, right? And if it's not something you want, maybe it's your time to make peace with it and let it go and tie up those loose ends. Get the closure that you're looking for so that you can have peace in your heart, peace of mind, right? But this can be where something exciting opens up for you. Something you thought was lost is now found. But you have a very short window, okay? Keep that in mind. You have a very short window to act upon it, though, right? Mercury retrograde Pluto retrograde in your sign. Retrograde ends October 11th, okay? Pluto goes back into Aquarius early November. So you might be thinking about things, mulling something over, chewing something over until about October 11th, right? Retrograde, revisit, reassess, reanalyze, all that stuff. But then you have about 3 weeks where that window of opportunity is open for you. So it's up to you what you decide. We have attraction with supermoon energy, and yes, we do have a supermoon with this eclipse, super full moon, attracting the things you want. So what do you want? Get really clear on what it is you want. Meditating is going to be very important. Finding quiet space, very important. Getting grounded in nature, very important for you at this time. There could be something that comes to light for you. Pluto is an energy of going deep, right? Going deep in your subconscious, but finding what is hiding in the dark and bringing it out. So whether that's you doing that with yourself or whether it's the universe saying, hey, we've been hiding something from you and now boom, here it is. So the next couple months going to be very transformative for you guys. But remember your ability to attract things towards you. And remember, you can attract all kinds of things. You can attract the good, you can attract the bad. So where are you going to put your focus? On the things that you want, right? Not on the things we don't want. We're letting those go, right? We're not going to put too much focus on them. We're going to assess them. We're going to analyze them. We're going to feel the feelings about them, right? And then we're going to be like, off with your head. You're out of here. Goodbye. Once and for all, goodbye. And then we're going to embrace the new beginnings that are on the horizon. We're going to embrace your future. We have the Four of Swords, R&R and meditation. All right. The Four of Swords can represent your need to take a break. Third house, where this eclipse is, travel. Typically short distance travel with this one. So think about traveling, within, maybe you're a tourist in your own town, or maybe you just go away somewhere for a quick weekend getaway. It's not typically like overseas or to another country, unless maybe another country is like a hop, skip, and a jump away, right? I live right close to 15 minutes from the border, right? And I can, have a world of possibilities open up to me depending on the border lineup, right? So, depending on where you live, it may or may not be, another country. But a short trip somewhere just for a little bit of rest and relaxation. But the Four of Swords brings peace of mind, peace to your energy. You're quieting your conscious mind and you're really tapped into your energy, and it is one of meditation. We have the Star, beautiful Aquarian energy. What did we say? Capricorn. We said the window is open for you now. When Pluto goes back into Aquarius, we're all about the future. We're not reliving the past. We're not revisiting the past. We've already let it all go, right? And we're taking something and running with it, or we're making sure that we're free and clear. So that Aquarian season of Pluto is going to be very, very important for you guys. Big shift in energy there. But the Star also does bring about hope and inspiration. It brings about a sense of balance and peace and serendipity in our world. It's where we're seeing the potential, we're seeing the possibilities. The Star card reminds us of your ability to harness all of these wonderful stars of the universe, all the abundance that the universe has to offer, and bring it into reality. We're bridging the gap between the universe and the earthly plane. This does speak to your future, and it does speak to miracles and blessings headed your way, balance and harmony in your life. Very, very fortuitous energy for you to get. Loving it. Peace, a sense of hope. Miracles and blessings happen when the Star card comes out. So, between now and Aquarius season, which is January, right? Final chapter of January. Or between now and when Pluto, which is in your sign, goes back into Aquarius at the beginning of November. There's a little bit of mystery and magic in the air for you. Remember, your thoughts become things you can attract, whatever it is you want. And the Empress, beautiful energy. The Star and the Empress, man, oh man, you got blessings. Blessings indeed. The Empress card is Venus energy. Venus brings about love, beauty, abundance, resources, creative energy, puts us in receiving mode, brings something to fruition for us, right? Time of harvest, reap what you've sown. This also brings new beginnings. And beautiful new beginnings, the things that you want. Boom, right there. That is magical energy. And this is what you're embracing. So on that note, I'm going to leave that there for you, Capricorn. I hope there was something here for you. If you enjoyed your reading, please do take a moment and press that like button. I truly appreciate it. It does help my channel get seen. But if you enjoy my content anyway, consider subscribing to my channel as well. Drop a heart in the comments down below. I will heart you back and we'll connect all of our beautiful high vibe energy throughout this eclipse. So I thank you very much, Capricorn, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.